Robert Heffernan, Endotech Analytics, streaming live exclusively for Pareto token holders, and very soon, really exclusively for Pareto token holders, as you will need Pareto tokens in order to consume the content on the network. This happy President's Day, right? President's Day, most exchanges closed today. Back in my former life trading many things on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they all had the day off today, right? They all had the day off. They're just asking me now for tomorrow's numbers for fiat type traded things. But cryptos, we've been talking about them all weekend, right? Because they never close. So tonight, I want to just talk about, we're going to go do the rounds. Let's do the rounds, right? What do you mean we're going to go? Let's go do them. The thing that I noticed today in the news was the headline from the Bank of England boss, Mark Carney, declaring Bitcoin has pretty much failed as a currency. I love hearing the fundamentalists or people that have a fundamental viewpoint that have no chips in the game, aren't trading something, because I have a little different opinion about Bitcoin. Whether it's failed or not, I don't really care, but its price action surely is not indicating that it failed or is failing. So, as a currency, maybe it's failed by his standard of a currency, but you can't exchange it for things, and it has value. So I'm not sure about that whole thing as a failure. We're going to talk Bitcoin today, all right? And so let's get to vitals right away tonight. Let's take the vitals, our daily snapshot, our blockchain vitals sheet, available every day for blockchain assets. 6 currencies currently on the blockchain vitals sheet. Let's get right to it. So Dash, and I had said I lightened up on Dash yesterday because it closed out of up momentum for the first time in 5 trading days. You'll see now trading 733 right back into up momentum. And as long as they can hold that 715 level, that's the momentum level. I didn't get out of all of my Dash, but I always take some chips off the table when markets that have found momentum and they're trending in one way or the other, and then they can't hold that momentum. I always take some chips off the table. That's what I did. I still have more, and I really think Dash is shooting for that weekly average that we talked about last week, right around that 830 level, the weekly average in Dash. You can see now they got room on the daily up to 851, that up momentum collar. So another great place to be taking profits, taking some chips off the table. You can always reload on pullbacks. That's also that, 851 just to be a great place if this thing gets explosive today. And let's go to Bitcoin now and talk a little Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, failed currency from the Bank of England boss, Mark Carney. Well, currently Bitcoin trading 11,451 US dollars of failure so far right now. Solidly in up momentum. And, although Dash did trade out of up momentum yesterday, Bitcoin never did. It held its momentum level. And now room today up to 12,730 US dollars available. So Bitcoin solidly in up momentum. Above, well, it's traded now above its value range high, right? 11,193, trading 11,420. And another thing to notice here is that value range, not very big on a percentage basis, So yesterday, a little bit quieter trading day, obviously, with it being a holiday in the U.S. So a small value range in Bitcoin, but solidly in up momentum. And the way I'm looking at it is it, like Dash, wants to go trade and test some of its weekly levels. So I usually, I tell people you got to stick with the time frame that you've initiated a trade on for sure. A trade starts going your way, you can extend some of the profit targets on, after you've initiated something, you have a risk level. The worst thing you can do is initiate something on a daily with a risk level on a daily. It starts going against you, and then you punt on that risk level and start looking at the weekly, and applying weekly risk to a trade that you started on a daily time frame. Please don't do that. But on the flip side, if you get into a trade and it's running your way, and you can move out on the projected on some of your profits to that longer term time frame. So I really think Bitcoin is eyeing its weekly average, which is at 12,456 this week, and the weekly up momentum level 15,202. I think those are two great areas that Bitcoin could try to explore this week from the long side. All right. Again, though, you can always play the collar and these second and third targets as areas to take some chips off the table, come back down to a momentum level, you re-enter the market, and you can play it like that. So that's what I'm looking for in Bitcoin. We're going to talk Bitcoin all week this week, just like we talked Dash all last week. Both of them back solidly and up momentum, eyeing their weekly averages. And if you're long, well, and most people are in these things, but these are looking good. They certainly aren't looking as a failure, as they are holding considerable amount of money. And the other thing that was in the news today is the founder of Ethereum warning people that these things could all someday wind up being worth nothing. And I think that's important to keep in mind, right? I keep that in mind every day because on my desk, right, I have my Lehman stock certificate. All right, I'm holding Lehman stock. It went to nothing. So, of course, these things can go to zero. But the chart's never going to lead you astray, right? If you follow the momentum levels and you mind the mo, you're not going to be in trouble by letting something evaporate to zero, all right? Because the chart will bear that out. So right now, Bitcoin solidly and up mo, Dash solidly and up mo. We will check in tomorrow on these things. You guys have a great trading day. And again, here, one last thing before I go. You're going to need to own Pareto tokens to consume this content and all the other stuff that's coming from our AI engine that is being programmed right now. So 3 places you can purchase Pareto tokens: qcoin.com, Kucoin, qcoin.com, etherdelta.com, or idex.com. All those 3 places trading Pareto tokens, and you're going to need some tokens to consume the content. All right, have a great day.